All right, my friends, last week we had a tragic crash take place up on Route 40, which is in Fayette County, Pennsylvania. A semi-truck crossed the center line and hit a pickup truck head-on, causing the pickup truck to then collide with a van. The result was 3 people killed, 5 more hurt. Immediately, the coroner, a guy named Dr. Bob Baker, ran to the press and tells them, quote, "This is becoming a public health problem. It's going to be my mission to stop all heavy interstate tractor trailers on this 2-lane road," Baker said. But here's the kicker. What if the real problem isn't commercial trucks at all? What if this whole issue is more about politics than safety? What if it's really about getting re-elected to office? I started asking myself, why is this coroner bad-mouthing truck drivers and blaming them for all the crashes that occur along that stretch of the highway? So I did some research on Dr. Bob Baker and found out some pretty interesting things. As it turns out, the good doctor is not a medical doctor. He's actually a chiropractor. That information caused my eyebrows to shoot straight up to the top of my forehead. Hell, I always thought a coroner was a medical doctor. Isn't it the coroner that is needed to pronounce someone dead before the body can be moved? Doesn't the coroner conduct or at least assist with autopsies? I always thought so. Needless to say, I was a little confused here. So I did a little more research and found out that in Pennsylvania, and some other states as well, you don't need to be a medical doctor to be a coroner and pronounce people dead. You don't need accident reconstruction training to accurately figure out how or what killed someone. And as it turns out, you don't even need to possess any medical experience at all. To be a coroner, you could be a high school dropout or the town drunk. The only requirements are you must be at least 18 years old, be a U.S. citizen, and have lived in that county for at least 1 year prior to the election. However, whomever wins the election for coroner is required to take and get a passing grade in a state-sponsored 32-hour course to learn how to be a coroner. Unreal, isn't it? I never saw that one coming. Take a 32-hour course and you can go from pizza delivery driver to coroner. So why is a chiropractor-turned-coroner suddenly calling for a ban on tractor trailers? And who does he think is going to deliver food, fuel, and products to the people and businesses up on that mountain if trucks disappear? Today, we're asking the real question. Is this about safety, or is this really about politics and getting re-elected? What is frustrating to me, and I'm sure it frustrates a lot of you as well, is when a shady politician latches onto a tragedy and uses it for political gain. The fact that this idiot coroner started pointing his grubby fingers at truck drivers without really knowing what happened infuriates me. This accident just happened recently and is still under investigation, yet this idiot coroner is out talking trash to the media about truck drivers and wants to ban all commercial traffic on Route 40. He likes to mention the crash along that section of highway that occurred last March, but conveniently doesn't include the fact that crash was caused by the four-wheeler which crossed the line and hit the tractor-trailer head-on. Listen to him here.
It's my mission today to stop all commercial tractor-trailer traffic on this 2-lane road.
Thinking back to just last year when 5 people were killed along Route 40 in Wharton Township.
We had a mass fatality last year within a year. 4 adults and an infant killed on this very same road. And now this call.
He wants to see most commercial trucks banned from this entire stretch of Route 40 from Uniontown to Maryland.
Yeah, Jim, this one hits close to home for you. Don't you live fairly close to where this happened at?
It does hit close to home, Bernie. Most people watching don't know this, but I live about 8 miles from the base of that very mountain where this crash happened. I know Route 40 up there like the back of my hand. I grew up fishing, hunting, swimming, and boating up there. That whole area around that lake is part of my childhood. As an adult, I have driven countless miles across Route 40 in cars, motorcycles, and tractor trailers. It's a beautiful, scenic part of Pennsylvania. You've got Nemacolin woodlands up there where they have held PGA events. The Lady Luck Casino is there. People go rafting and swimming at Ohiopyle, and even Frank Lloyd Wright's famous Falling Water House is just up the road. This stretch of Route 40 is heavily traveled by locals, tourists, outdoors people that are hiking, fishing, or hunting. Everybody uses that section of highway. It's not like it's a dinky 2-lane road, it's pretty expansive. Truck drivers have been using Route 40 for years. It's a direct link to get to the state of Maryland. Truckers use Route 40 to get on Route 68, which then connects to Route 70 for all points eastbound. So, when something like this happens, it really hits home. Here's what we know about this latest crash. A semi-truck traveling east crossed the center line. It hit a pickup head-on, and that pickup struck a van carrying workers. 3 people lost their lives, including the truck driver. 5 more were hurt. But here's the part the news isn't talking about enough. We don't know, and maybe we never will know, if that truck driver had a medical emergency, a heart attack, stroke, blackout. Any of those could have caused him to drift left with 0 warning. He was 66 years old. The point is this incident is still under investigation. The facts are still being gathered, yet we have this coroner calling for Route 40 to be a banned highway for all commercial traffic. Here is a news clip of Dr. Baker talking about this issue.
Countless lives lost on this road due to the commercial tractor trailers involved. The semi and the pickup ended up engulfed in flames.
Dr. Baker describing the severity of the crash Monday evening. State police say a tractor trailer was headed east on National Pike when it crossed into the westbound lanes and hit a pickup truck head-on. Both drivers were killed, along with the front seat passenger of a van that was hit by the pickup truck after impact. Dr. Baker says something has to change on this road.
And like you always say, Jim, a medical emergency can hit anyone at any time. It doesn't make someone a bad driver.
Now let's talk about the big fatal crash last year, the one that gets brought up every single time Route 40 is in the news. This is the same crash that this shady coroner is pointing to as a means of scoring political points for this next election. More on that later. Well, here's the truth. The car caused that crash last year in March of 2024, and not the big truck. The car was a black Honda Accord being driven by 55-year-old Harold Nybert of Delaware, Ohio. Nybert was driving eastbound when his black Honda Accord crossed the double yellow line and hit the tractor-trailer driver head-on. Sources told KDKA-TV in an interview that a witness told police the driver of the Honda made an illegal pass before the crash, and speed may have been a factor. All 5 people in that black Honda Accord lost their lives. However, it wasn't the truck driver's fault, and fortunately he escaped with minor injuries.
And somehow that still gets thrown into truck crash statistics. That's not fair to the trucker or to the truth.
And let's be honest here, Route 40 can be a tricky mountain road in some spots. I've driven it my whole life. It's beautiful, but it's steep in a couple of places. It's somewhat curvy in spots, and it can be unforgiving for a speeding driver, whether in a car or a big truck. There are plenty of crashes up there. However, the vast majority of them involve cars and pickups, not tractor trailers or commercial vehicles. After digging through everything we could find, I'm talking years of public records, news articles, PennDOT reports, you name it. There have only been 2 major crashes involving tractor trailers over the past several years on this exact section of Route 40. The one last year in March of 2024 and this recent one. And like we said, one was caused by the car. The other might have been a medical emergency. We don't know the full details as of yet.
But dozens of wrecks happened up there on a yearly basis, mostly distracted driving events and all involving cars.
So when Dr. Bob Baker jumps out there saying he's on a mission to ban all trucks from Route 40, folks, I gotta call this for exactly what it looks like. This feels like somebody barking up the wrong tree, and maybe trying to score a few political points for the next election. Because if the real goal was safety, he'd be talking about solutions that make sense. Better signage, speed enforcement, road improvements, GPS warnings, or even a proper safety study.
That's really scary to say the least, Jim. As you were talking, I did a quick Google search for the requirements to be an elected coroner. I wanted to see for myself. You are entirely correct. You could actually be a high school dropout and be a coroner. Wow, this is mind-blowing. So to recap, as long as you are 18 years old, a U.S. citizen, and have lived within the county for at least 1 year prior to the election, you can become a coroner.
Look, nobody's saying truck drivers are perfect. Driving a big truck requires skill, training, and respect for whatever type of highway or weather conditions are being driven on, and that includes mountain driving. However, my main point is this. There are mountains all across the United States. Should big trucks be banned from all mountain driving? Hey, Dr. Baker, here's a novel idea for you. Over the past 5 years, traffic accidents on American highways have claimed the lives of 40,000 people on average, each and every year. Should cars be banned? Should we do away with motorized vehicles altogether? According to the CDC, approximately 47,000 people die yearly, on average, from slips and falls. What kind of restrictive policies should be passed to ban or prevent deaths from slips and falls? Please don't think I am trying to be crass here. I am simply trying to point out how ludicrous this goofball of a coroner sounds. Why would this coroner automatically run to the press and start pointing fingers at truckers, when in fact, trucks are barely involved in the crashes happening there? That's not safety, that's politics. With his logic, should commercial traffic be banned on every two-lane highway in America? This guy comes off as fruity to me.
And guess what? Pushing trucks onto even smaller back roads could make things more dangerous, not less. Especially when tourists, locals, businesses, and delivery trucks all depend on that road. Businesses like Nemacolin, Woodlands, Ohiopyle, Falling Water, the lake, the resorts. Trucks help keep that whole region resupplied with product deliveries of virtually everything you can think of.
Bottom line, until we know whether that driver had a medical emergency, nobody should be out here saying, "This proves trucks are the problem." Facts matter, and so far the facts show. Last year's deadly crash was caused by a car. This crash this year could have been a medical event. Every other crash up there, mostly passenger vehicles. But the minute a semi is involved, even when it's not at fault, the whole conversation of this idiot coroner, who is not even a medical doctor, turns into ban the trucks.
It's lazy, it's emotional, and it's not fair to the men and women who haul freight across America every day. To me, this looks like a politician using a tragic crash to push a much broader agenda, and along the way conveniently casting truck drivers as the enemy.
As someone who grew up on that mountain, who knows those turns, who swam in that lake, who still lives close to where this happened, I want the truth told. Not the political version, the real version. Moving forward, now that I know the true BS requirements needed to be a coroner, whenever I hear or read that a coroner said this or said that, it will be with a skeptical eye and ear.
Keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down, folks. We are trying to grow this channel to help truck drivers along with educating the general public. You can help us out by smashing that like button and the notification bell. Remember to subscribe and share this with another driver.
Protect your load, protect your rig, and protect yourself. Leave us a comment below with your thoughts and ideas. If it's a good idea, we will share it with everyone. Subscribe for more trucking truth, and together we'll keep hammering this issue till somebody listens.
Well, my friends, stay safe and stay loaded out there. Catch you on the rebound. Remember to keep that left door closed and your hands on the wheel.